Hey, how's it going?
Hello, good. How are you? Thank you. So, what is your name?
Cheryl.
Cheryl. Well, it all started this morning. You know, the reason I'm here. I was in the shower, and you know, I was enjoying the warm shower, and I was thinking to myself, you know, this is going to be in jeopardy. You know, warm water. You know, natural gas has to come from somewhere. Sorry. Realizing that our banking system is going to go down here soon. And so I was thinking, now how am I going to continue this system of taking a warm shower every morning if the banking system goes down and the dollar dies? Is my city ready? You know? And also, what can I do to spread knowledge so that possibly we could be prepared for what's coming ahead? And so that's why I thought, you know, well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to the city and see what I could, you know, how I could be a part, how I could, you know, spread knowledge and get us prepared as a community, you know, for when the dollar dies. You know, so we can continue commerce and keep food in our stomach, you know. So.
And so what's your idea?
Well, you mean my answer, my solution? Well, for one thing, you know, spread knowledge. The dollar is the tool of the bankers. You know, the whole country is dependent on the dollar, which comes from the Federal Reserve. Without the dollar, you know, this barter tool, then without it, you know, we're at the mercy of the bank. You know, I mean, so when it dies, you know, I know what the banks want to do, and they've admitted this in their own documents, is they want to bring in a one world currency. They create a crisis and then they come up with an answer. But I do know that the dollar is going to die. I also know that the Wall Street protesters, I also know that their goal will be accomplished. And their goal being, right now they're against corporate greed. And I predicted that. I wrote a book, it's called Mystery Babylon Finally Revealed. I predicted the Occupy Wall Street movement. And I also predict that that the banking system and the dollar will crumble, you know, with this protest and that's going on around the world. And so, you know, with the death of the dollar, what are we going to do? So, what I want to do is I want to be part. You know, I want to, you know, I guess the first place to start is come to where I live, the city, the government.
We had that conversation back in January, remember?
Yeah, you and I.
Yeah, and I said, you know, you need to start at the local level. You need to come to meetings.
Yeah.
You know, you can have a 3-minute slot if you're not on the agenda. If you want to be on the agenda, you can have 5-7 minutes to talk to the board. You know, unfortunately, we as a small town, part of the state, part of the United States, federal government, you know, we depend on that dollar also. That's how we have to pay companies dollars to get our streets fixed, to have electric, to have water, sewer, you know. So we are also dependent on that. And, you know, it's not like we can create our own
barter system.
Within ourselves, you know, we're not self-sufficient. So we have to, you know, as long as we rely on the outside world, you know, to provide services for our residents in our town, you know, we're slave to that dollar too.
Yeah. Is the community, the city aware of that? The people, the population in the city, are they aware of this coming danger of the dollar dying? And
I would say probably they are not educated on the subject, I would say, but I don't know that for sure.
Yeah. Do you know if the city is aware of that, or are you guys, is there any kind of preparation for this possible coming danger? I mean, is anybody aware in the city?
Well, I'm sure, you know, they know they know what they've researched or what they've heard on the news. Okay, and they're all aware of that. Yes. What are we doing anything about it? No. No. We still have our money in the bank. We still use the bank to get our money out to pay our bills and provide our services to our residents.
Yeah. So a lot of our information that the leaders of the city get or come from the media, what they hear on the news?
Well, no, I'm not saying that exclusively. Some of them research on their own. Some of them are businessmen and they research. But some of them here, their education is based on what they're getting through the media.
Right. So you were saying something about businessmen. Is there businessmen in the government here? Say, as the mayor, is he a businessman?
No.
No,
he's not. Retired.
He's retired. So which people are businessmen?
Brian Seyfried owns a business. Terry Greenwood owns a business.
Oh, they own businesses.
Yes.
Okay.
And then.
Is that in the city limits here?
Yes.
Okay. And they're part of the city. What offices do they hold?
They're trustees.
Trustees. Okay. I don't know that much.
Right.
And that's one reason for why I'm doing a video.
Right.
Is because that's one of the problems of our country is we're too busy going to work, we're too busy paying off our loans and using this dollar, that we're not getting involved in our local politics, in our local governments. We don't understand how it works. Therefore, the system ends up taking advantage of the people. Because that's what history shows, is that that's what happens.
Right.
So my whole idea here is to educate people, help them understand how our government works, how our city works, how we can be a part, and so that way, you know, we won't have any excuse when it goes down. You know, at least we were warned. You know, I mean, at the least, you know, or. At the most, maybe we could be a part and maybe change the system, you know, back to the founding of our country. Because, you know, our founding fathers, they gave us rules and guidelines and landmarks, if you will, on how to keep our liberty and how to rule the government rather than having the government rule us, which is a very danger to our liberties. So that's my whole idea, is to educate people.
Okay.
And so, so you're the city clerk?
I'm the town clerk.
Town clerk. What is your job exactly, if you don't mind me asking?
I issue business licenses. I issue liquor licenses. I keep all of the official records. I handle all of the money and the financial transactions for the town. So I'm also the treasurer.
So you know what's going on. You know where the money comes and where it goes and how it's allocated and all that. Wow, that sounds like a big job.
It is. It is for such a small town. It is. It keeps
important.
Busy. Thank you.
So you know, wow, you probably know quite a bit, because you know the root of all the problems is the money. You know, and you being, you know, in charge of it.
Well, I'm not in charge of it. I just do what I'm instructed.
Okay. Is there anybody else that would be willing to talk in the city here? You know, that would help educate people. You know, I'm gonna put videos on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube videos for a long time, and I try real hard to partake in the city government. Is there anybody else I could possibly interview?
I can sure ask them.
Okay.
I can put an email out to all of them and ask them, do you have contact information?
Yes, I could give you some contact information, and maybe we could go from there.
That'd be good.
I just mostly want to understand my government so I could be a part, you know.
Okay.
And try not to let it take advantage of me.
Sure, I understand.
Okay, well, thank you, Cheryl.
Let me get, can I have a